So, first of all, when you come into the AI bot studio here, one of the first things you're going to see is the bot library, and it's going to look like this. And you're going to see all the different bots that have been in. You could have hundreds of them. I mean, you can have as many as you want. And that's not even going into the multi client area where I have the ability to set them up for other people and for other businesses. So, anyway, you can see a few of the ones I've built here. I've got the Battle Creek chat bot. Those of you that are from Battle Creek and are part of the Battle Creek Buzz newsletter, I have probably seen the Battle Creek chat bot, or the Battle Creek Buzz bot. He basically is a go-to source for everything in Battle Creek. If you're looking for a restaurant, if you're looking to get your car detailed, if you're looking for brakes fixed, what have you, it can give you some places to go, and give you some recommendations. So super neat resource we've got going there. Vela is going to be the assistant for Velocity Traffic Systems, which is my business. So it's going to be basically the office manager. It's going to take calls and inquiries. It's going to handle giving out information. It's going to schedule appointments, all of that. Ernie down here, he's just going to be my personal guy, my personal assistant. So anyway, and then Merlin up here is going to be the assistant for the AI Bot Wizards group. So that's coming up. We're going to be releasing that as we go through the workshop. So anyway, tonight I'm going to show you just how easy it is to build one of these, and the build portion goes very quickly. So um, let's just go ahead and go right over here, and we're going to create a bot. And the name of our bot is going to be, I decided on the name for my real estate company is going to be Hometown Real Estate. All right. So anyway, and then that's going to be the description too. Now, obviously, I could go to Chat GPT and get a much more descriptive, and would, if I was going for more time, but just go to, in fact, let's just copy it real quick and we'll just go to Chat GPT real fast. All right. I'm going to show you a little trick that I use real quick here. So we've got a brand new chat here, and I got a brand new chat on my phone. So I'm going to just go say, I'm creating a chat bot for Hometown Real Estate to be the agent, schedule appointments, and handle listings, and be able to show prospective customers houses. Period. Please write a description for my bot. And we'll just let Chat GPT do its thing there. But little hack, you can just speak it right into the phone, and it's doing its thing here. Real estate chatbot is okay. So it's giving me a very long answer. We need something a little shorter. Make it short and concise. There, that's perfect. So all I got to do now is just real quick hit a refresh. It's going to show me that new chat, and it's going to bring it up for me here. So it got it down to this: Hometown Real Estate Chatbot streamlines scheduling, manages listings, and assists buyers with home searches and tours. It connects agents and clients seamlessly, making real estate transactions faster and more efficient. That's pretty good description for a real estate office. So we're going to just copy that and take it right over here to the bot library and plug it right in there. So there we go. And we're going to just save the changes. All right. Now, you see it's created the shell for it right down here. So now we go ahead and that's just basically a very basic beginning shell for it. So we're going to go in here and we're going to say edit the chat bot. And in fact, before we edit the chat bot, one of the things we have to have, I'm going to go show you, edit the chat bot real quick. Um, so it already knows its name is Hometown Real Estate. And you give it a fun name like, you know, Herbie, your hometown real estate guide, something like that. But we'll just leave it hometown real estate for now. And I got the little circle of death going here, which is never a good sign. My internet seems to be good, so we're okay there. There it goes. Okay. Just run a little slow, probably because we're on a Zoom, using Zoom to do this. So anyway, enter your headline. Okay, well, let's get a headline for our bot. And again, you don't have to think much about this. Let's just go back to Chat GPT. Let's say, give me 10 good headlines for my bot. Period. Make them fun, comma, exciting, and want to do business with us. So we'll just let that crank here real quick. One thing I've learned, you don't want to refresh until it's done thinking, or you won't get everything. All right, it's done. So we just got to go over here and refresh again. All right, so let's see here. Your dream home is just a chat away. Let's find it together. Hey, I kind of like that. Selling or buying, our smart bot makes it a breeze. Ooh, I like that too. Skip the hassle, schedule showings and listings in seconds. Ooh, I like that. So all these are pretty good. ChatGPT is very good with coming up with things if you just give it some guidelines. And you know, the idea that you have to have some crazy prompt to be able to get ChatGPT to give you results just isn't the case. All you have to do is talk to it and ask it. So anyway, more listings, less stress, house hunting. Well, let's not get too bogged down by this. I kind of like that first one, so let's just go with it. If you're making your bot, you can go with a different one. So we're just going to copy that over here and we're going to come back over and make that our headline. And we're going to paste that. All right. Now I want you, what would the description of your bot be? Okay. Now I want you to look over here too. This is formulating what your bot's going to look like and say over here. You're going to have a logo here in a minute. So right here, your dream home is just a chat away. Let's find it together. That's the thing we just came up with. So, you know, and I might try and figure out a way to shorten it a little bit, but that works beautifully. And then this is the description down here. So you don't want it to be too long. Um, so like maybe a paragraph at best or a sentence. So let's go over here and so we're after a so we're after our chatbot description. So we're just gonna go right back to Chat GPT and say, give me a 2-sentence description for my bot. Now, again, you could ask it for 10 2-sentence descriptions and then decide from there. But this is good enough for the purposes of our demonstration. So the Hometown Real Estate Chatbot is your 24/7 assistant for scheduling showings, managing listings, and connecting buyers with their perfect home. Whether you're buying or selling, it streamlines the process, making real estate transactions faster and easier. Yeah, well, we could use both of it, or we could just use a sentence from it. Either way. For right now, let's go ahead and use both. Chatbot description. Paste it right there. Boom. And you see how it's coming up right over here? So again, I might shorten that down to a sentence. We'll see how it looks when we get done, but that's neither here nor there. That's the easiest part of the whole thing. Actually, for me, it's the hardest part of the whole thing. Building the bot's pretty simple. So anyway, greeting text. Okay, well, let's just go back to Chat GPT again because I don't like to think. Can you give me 10 good greetings for the bot? Period. Make them witty. That's another thing is tell ChatGPT how you want it to sound. So we're back to ChatGPT here. It's thinking, 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 and it's done. So let's do a refresh. And here we go. Welcome, ready to find your dream home or sell like a pro? Let's make some real estate magic happen. Hey there, house hunting or listing? Either way, I've got the keys to make it easy. Let's just go with that one. That's a nice one. So this is the greeting that it's going to give you. So that goes right here. Boom. Paste. You see, that's going to be the first greeting that comes up right there. So then user input placeholder is just this right down here. Ask me anything. So you might say, ask me anything about real estate in our hometown, what have you. Put whatever you want there. But right now, they're just going to leave it saying, ask me anything. Um, so from there, we're pretty much done with creating our bot. We're going to save the settings. Okay. And so now we're ready to do the next thing, which is our AI assistant. Okay. So now what you have to think about is this is like a schoolroom full of children right now, but it doesn't have a teacher in front of it. So that's where your AI assistant or AI expert comes in. And there's three ways to do that, and it's all pretty easy. You just come over here to the expert creator. Okay. And you can actually do this before you create the bot. You could go ahead and create your creator ahead of time and then create the bot and pop it right in. Either way around. But anyway, our expert name is going to be um, it's going to be a real estate. Spell it R-E-L-S-T-A-T-E expert. Alrighty. Um, so So you have some roles that you can give it. So you can give it a sales assistant, which is basically what we want here. A niche expert, which would be for like the bot that I'm creating for the Bot Wizards group. That's going to be a niche expert. It's going to be an expert on building the bots. Uh, the Battle Creek Buzz is an expert on Battle Creek, so that's a niche. Um, so anyway, so we're going to go with, and then also personal brand assistant. That's what Ernie's going to be. So anyway, sales assistant, because that's really what we want here is somebody to assist with sales of houses. So we're going to select a tone for it. Do we want it to be professional or friendly or witty, empathetic, sales oriented? Personally, I don't like real salesy, so I'm not going to go sales oriented. Technical, well, you know, uh, probably the bot wizard one's going to be technical. Um, so let's go with, I like to have I like a friendly real estate agent myself. So let's go with that. And we need a bot goal. Okay. So what's our goal going to be for this bot? Well, again, let's just turn back to Chat GPT. Can you give me a goal for my bot? And Chat GPT is going to town. All right. Let's go over here and do a boom, go back to GPT. Let's do a refresh. All righty. So our goal, the hometown real estate chatbot aims to streamline the buying and selling process by efficiently managing listings, scheduling appointments, and assisting prospective buyers with property searches and showings. It enhances customer engagement, reduces agent workload. There's a big one. Reduces agent workload. That's a big one. And so anyway, there's the goal. So we're just going to copy that. Chat GPT is pretty good about stuff. Now you can add things to it if you want it to have one more goal that Chat GPT didn't consider. You can do it and have Chat GPT rewrite it. It's very easy. But anyway, let's put that one in here for the goal. All right. And we need a background for our bot. Well, the easiest way to do that, again, to go right back to Chat GPT, and we'll say, can you give me a background for my bot? What experience or expertise does he need to have? We're going to change it to it need to have because, let's not be gender specific. Anyway, all right. Thinking, thinking, thinking. Oh, yeah, giving me a good list. All right, let's just. Oh, I don't did I refresh that? Except I just lost my guide user smart answer. I just refreshed that and killed everything. Uh, Sales expert bot role was a sales assistant. And we went with friendly. And fortunately, that's the nice thing about ChatGPT. If you do something silly like this, I just make short, concise. Okay. Chatbot from state agent scheduling appointments. Description. All right, there's my description. Made that more concise. Dream home is just a chat away. Okay, there we go. Hometown real estate, you're 24/7. Boom. Yep, sorry about that. I hit refresh on the wrong thing. I wanted to refresh Chat GPT and I refreshed my bot expert instead. So let's just get right back to it. And we were just doing greetings, probably real estate. We went with number 2. We like that one. All right, there we go. We're pretty much back where we were there. I may just edit this out here in the end. I don't want to be on that. I want to be on this. All right, put that back in there. In fact, I am just going to edit this right out in the end. And select it. Okay, so this is the last thing that we need to think about here. Okay. Oh, and I didn't talk about whether you wanted to be an individual or a company. Um, Company is hometown. If you were an agent, you might do it. You know what? I'm going to go back to individual because it's going to change it. So you're an agent, not a company. But anyway, so down here at the bottom now, there's basically 3 ways you can create your expert. Okay, now for starters, you want to create an API account in or get an API from Chat AI. And that's what's going to connect you up to Chat GPT to have the AI response. Otherwise, your bot won't do much. It'll just kind of sit there and only know what you teach it. So anyway, once you hook up to Chat AI, what you're going to do right here, and I'm going to use my own account, not the admin account. You can use an admin account, but it's going to slow things up for you. So, and I'm going to choose a model. I'm going to choose GPT-4. And the other thing is you need to make sure you have put about $10 into your account just to handle the Chat AI. set it to refresh itself. It lasts a long, long time, and it'll just bump back up every time you use $5. It doesn't cost very much. Anyway, so you do that, and that way I'm now connected to that. You've got to make a point to do it here, because if you don't connect it here, you can't reconnect it to your own account over in the bot. So the assistant or the expert is going to be connected to an account, and then you cannot change it over in the bot. So we've got that handled. Now, three ways you can build your expert. You can do a ready expert, which are a bunch of these that are pre-created for you down here below. You'll notice right here. So you've got professional services, health and wellness, education and learning, lifestyle and hobbies, food and beverage, parenting and family, business entrepreneurship. I would think if real estate was going to be anywhere, it's probably going to be professional services, but I actually don't think they have one for real estate, because I was looking the other night and I wasn't finding one. So anyway, if they don't have what you want, there are two other ways to create it. So way number one is using the ready-made assistants if they already have one for you. And you saw there's a lot of them that they already have created. Okay. The second way is using a search term. And the third way is just to start from blank and let ChatGPT create one for you. Um, Now that just requires going over to ChatGPT and saying, "Hey, I need an expert for this," and ChatGPT will write it for you very quickly. If there's any specific things you want it to cover, you just tell ChatGPT and it'll put it in there. So anyway, one thing, always read it over, make sure it looks real reasonable. It may include something you don't want to include, and it may leave something out that you want to have. So, very easy to make that change. So anyway, we're just going to do use the search term, and our search term is going to be uh, real estate sales expert. Okay. So I've told it search term that I want, and I'm just going to say generate instructions. This is how easy this is, folks. You see it right there. It's using AI right now, and it's Chat GBT. I just didn't have to go over to Chat GPT and do it because I connected my AI key or my API key, which is really simple. You go over and you click a button, it gives you a long, screwy number, and you just cut and paste that and put it over in here, and you're all done with it. It's that simple. So you can see it wrote me a really nice thing. It said talking, maintain friendly and helpful tone. So that's the helpful part that we said we wanted. Response prior, see, enforce role identity, inject data usage, website URLs. So it's going to get URLs and use those as we train it. So anyway, it's going to do a lot of these things. So we're just going to go right here and say create expert because we like that. It's done. Okay. So there it is. So all we have to do now is go over and go back to our bot library. All right. And then we're going to go to hometown real estate again and go back to editing. And then you'll see it's coming along. It's got all that going for it in there. Now we need to go to AI assistant, and we're going to connect our guy that we just created. And I put him under my API key. So he's going to come up as one of my assistants here. And you can see there's other ones I've already created. There's Bella. There's your Battle Creek guide that we're using. Um, so choose assistant. I want the real estate sales expert. And then I'm just going to save that setting. All right. And now you have some other options that you can use. And I'll kind of go over them briefly, and then we'll talk about them. I'll set them or not set them right now, but I'm going to show you basically how to completely finish building the bot, and then some other tweaks you can come back and do later as you like. So quick buttons. A lot of times when you talk to a bot, you like to have those little buttons on the bottom. So it'll come up and give you some options. So right there, it's got button 1, 2, or 3. You can put whatever you want into it. So let's start with oh, I don't know, schedule a showing. Okay. Okay. And when you set these, you're then going to go teach it how to handle them. So these 3 buttons are designed for you, not even to use Chat GPT. This is where you totally control the results. So schedule a showing, maybe get pre-qualified. Uh, my spelling may be off, but anyway, get pre-qualified. Okay, and then this last one, if I was a real estate agent, I would use another piece of software I've got called Quizforma, and I would create a little quiz, and I would ask that customer to take a quiz and identify the type of house they're looking for and things like that. In that process, you're going to get an email. So let's call it take your uh, dream home quiz. That sounds like a quiz I'd take if I was shopping for a house. How about you? All right, so there you go. There's your 3 buttons. Those are created. Save settings again. All right, now I don't know what kind of colors you like, but I'm not too thrilled with that pink myself. So one of the next things we get to do here is we can come over here and make it look pretty. So I went ahead and did logos ahead of time for this. I did a whole training the other night on how to use Chat GBT and a program called Ideogram AI, and also using a program called Canva to create these and make them very easy and very sharp. So, anyway, if you already have a company, you've already got a logo. You may just have to manipulate it a little bit. So anyway, let's go do the ones I created. I created hometown real estate, and you basically need 3 logo sizes. You need a 500 by 500, a 300 by 300, and a 100 by 100, and you want them to have transparent backgrounds. Okay. So this first one, I'm going to use the 500 by 500. That's your main logo. You'll see it just came up right there. Okay. Now I'm going to get my round logo. That one I'm going to use the 300 by 300. Okay. That just put me in the little dots there that you'll see. And then the last one is the widget icon. And that's what actually comes up on the bottom of the page when you bring it up and you touch that to make it activate. So we're going to use the 100 by 100 on that. Okay. And then let's get rid of that pink. I think we probably should go with something in about that red that we've got there, although I don't think we can get that bright. But well, let's take a look here. Color picker. This is a neat little tool that you can actually pick a color on. And this is EA1941. Okay. So we're just going to come down here. Oh, we get rid of the color picker. EA1941. So we want to go right here and just go EA1941. Enter. There we go. Now we've got the matching red up here. It's also coming up with the matching red down there. Now these colors you want to be kind of subdued. I kind of like that blue. But this is basically what your bot statements is going to come up looking like. Um, Maybe something like that goes really good with the red, I think. So anyway, there you go. That's setting up the looks of it. Now, here's the thing. There's also a page. So you've got to set your stuff for that too. So you got to go over there and get your main logo. Again, use the 500 by 500. Your round logo. Use the 300 by 300. All right. So there we go. And we use that one. So that's what it'll look like on the page with that same blue. So there you go. And that's basically it. Let's save settings here. Now, up in here is to get you deployed to any of the Meta properties, either Instagram, um, Facebook Messenger, or WhatsApp, and there are more coming. That's one of the really amazing things about this company is they're committed to adding every possible messaging channel they can get a hold of. So anyway, that is pretty much the gist of it. Over here, you do have an option of what's called a welcome gate, and I'll show you what that does. You'll notice it's going to bring up a see appear instantly. So what that does is it will bring up when you go to the page, it will bring up an actual box at the bottom asking for an email immediately. And you can tell it what you want it to say when it comes up. It'll say, like, for instance, I could do it and have it pop up and say, subscribe to the newsletter. So those are all options you have. Now, in this case, we're going to just leave that welcome gate off. Um, so save settings. Okay. So this bot is ready. This bot is done and ready to go. The only thing left to do is to teach it, train it. And you can do a whole bunch of different things to do that. And there's actually an entire training center where you can teach multiple bots at once. So if you have bots that work across different platforms or different products, you can train them all to know what each other knows, which is really a great feature. So I'm not going to do much in the way of training right now, but I'll show you where it's at. It's this little 3 discs here. That won't even open up until you have an assistant attached and everything else. So you go in there, and then you can train it by adding files to it, any kind of text you want. So this is where you have a lot of options for it. URLs, you could plug any website into it and it'll scrape all the information off of that page. Now, it won't go deep into the site page after page after page, 30 pages deep, but it will scrape everything off that page. Now, if you want what's on the second page, you go to the second page and you take that URL, plug it in, and it'll strip all that. So, for instance, on the URLs, you can connect things like the Zillow, and it can learn to search Zillow. So listings and things like that. The Q&A, the Q&A is for use with the buttons. So if the button said, I think one of them we said was, let's see, the first one was um, schedule a showing, was it? I forgot. Anyway, I know the second one. Let's add one. I don't remember the first one. I know the second one was get pre-qualified. All right, so you tell it get pre-qualified, and then what's the answer to getting pre-qualified? So it might come up and say, to get pre-qualified, go to this link and talk to our favorite lender. And you might have a good relationship with the lender, and it'll automatically take it to their site to get pre-qualified for their home. You could take them to a website that has a listing of people to work on getting pre-qualified. All up to you. So you have control over those things. So that's where the questions and answers come in. You do that for the buttons for sure, always for the buttons, but you can also do it for other things. Like for instance, with the Battle Creek Buzz. If I wanted to, I could say if somebody searches for a steak, tell it to go here. So I have the ability to do things like that. May come into play a little later. So anyway, that is basically the gist of how you set that up. And again, I don't have all the questions and so forth in there, but then when you go to save settings, it's going to tell you if you have any files or anything that need to be remembered. It'll pop up down here and tell it to train the bot. So now I'm not going to train it, but we'll just zip over here real quick and watch it work. But that's really how quick it is. Now it's just a matter of feeding it whatever information you want using these three sections here. And that can be absolutely anything. You can connect it to any site, any page. For instance, Battle Creek Buzz, I've got connected to all kinds of different community pages. I've got it connected to the Department of Natural Resources, things of that nature that can be of use to people in this area. So totally up to you what you train it with. Then ChatGPT is going to take over if you didn't teach it something. So if it goes and you do a research for it, it's going to find some things. So let's go over and just take a real quick look at what happens if you click it. So there is the actual bot on a page. Click it right there. It's going to come up and it's going to immediately ask you, hey there, house hunting. So I didn't set anything to these buttons, so they won't go anywhere. But let's just ask a question. Um, can I schedule an appointment? We'll see what it says. Now, key thing there is you need to hook up. And again, this is where these bots can do anything. You would need to hook up something like a Calendly or a scheduling software that then the bot would send you to schedule your appointment. But we'll see what the bot says since it doesn't have that ability just yet. But you'll note that there it is. The bot is working, already up and running. So, welcome to Hometown Real Estate. I can help you schedule an appointment. Please provide me with your preferred date and time and any specific property you are interested in viewing. Let's get that appointment set for you. So, I don't even need to actually have Calendly. It's doing it for me without Calendly. If I were to give it this information, it's going to pop that up in your messenger and you're going to have it. Zip bang, there's your appointment scheduled. You have the ability to, with one touch, take over this and take over the chat yourself. Coming very soon is going to be the ability to hook it up to another third-party software called Twilio, and it will actually call you if somebody says they want a phone call. So if they say, have an agent call me, it will immediately call you, the agent, and say, here, call this person. You'll hit one button and it will take you immediately back to them. So that quick of a response to a person that's looking for an agent. And by golly, there's a lot of agents out there. Your ability to get back that quickly can make all the difference in the world. So anyway, these are just some of the things you can do with this, but you can see how quickly it can be set up and be made to operate. Let me take you over real quick and I'll show you what it looks like on the page. So that's what it looks like on a computer page instead of the little bot showing. It comes up looking like that. So you can use either one. You've got the ability to embed these bots on website pages. You can send just a link where people can do it. All kinds of things. I've hooked several of them up to QR codes. So all you got to do is scan with your phone and it instantly takes you to the bot. So these are all things that can be done very, very simply. The workshop is coming up here pretty quick. Let me just get rid of this, get rid of that. And let's get rid of that one since we've already been there. So anyway, that's the other thing is the bot can send you over to global control here where it can take, and I probably shouldn't even have you on that page because that's all my emails. Let's get out of there here real quick and go to tags. There we go. So anyway, it has the ability to take in an email, assign a tag to it. So these are all tags. Okay, so it then assigns a tag and then it can trigger a workflow, which is done down here, that can send email, it can change tags, it can send them to a quiz, can do all kinds of things. Global Control is an amazing control center that hooks up to this. And I can get there again. I go to get rid of that. Shouldn't be seeing that. Here's the quiz that I use for business submission. And this is something I'm actually working on. I'll show you real quick for the hometown group. So this signs people up to the newsletter. This will take people to the bot, putting it on a business card that can be shared to help people find the bot. And then also I've got a flyer that I'll be doing so that I can get it around town. And again, this is a local bot. This is for my local audience. It might not be the right thing for you. Obviously, if you're a realtor, a real estate bot is the right thing for you. And tomorrow, I think I'll come in and I'll do a quick demonstration on how to build one for a car lot. If you are a car lot, how you could build one that could then show people cars, schedule appointments, schedule test drives, things of that nature for you. So anyway, yeah, you can see here's where I was working on the various logos for it. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. And then I also designed a quiz. So if you're a business owner, go to this right here. So I'm using the quiz software, and that goes to do with that. Anyway, yeah, I'm using the quiz software there for a submission to get businesses then to come in and let me know what their things should be. And let me just, oh, I know why I can't find it. It's because I got Canva up there. There it is right there. So here's the quiz. So I take people over to business owners over to a quiz so that I can get information from them to make sure the bot is returning the information I want them to have. So in that, I'd ask them, are you a business owner or a manager? Um, then oh, where's my submit? I don't know why it's not going forward. I'll have to play with it a little bit. But anyway, it'll take them over there. It'll take a bunch of information. Oh, I know why, because I didn't select one. So I'm just going to ask for the business name. Oh, so got to continue with it. So anyway, goes through, gets location. The main thing I'm after is what keywords do they show up under? So I'm asking them that so that I can have them show up under the things they want to show up under. So anyway, that's basically how you would use a quiz then to follow up with them. And again, of course, using Chat GPT. So anyway, that is pretty much how to build a bot, folks, just in that time period. And even with all the explanation, we were able to do it in a relatively short period of time. So, pretty cool, folks. Anyway, the workshop is coming up. I will have links available for that in the next couple days. I imagine it's coming out at the Entourage Mastermind on Wednesday. So look for that. I'll have those for you. Again, in the meantime, join the AI Bot Wizards group on Facebook. You should be able to find it real easy. AI Bot Wizards. Get in there with us. We'll help you to get yours built and get you up and running, folks. So, anyway, have a great night. Smile and Stew out. Bye for now.